Hello everybody, this is Mystic and welcome back to my library. This is episode 18 of Let's Play Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc, and we are in the second part, maybe of, I don't know how many parts this is going to be, but the second part of the Chapter 3 trial. And I got pretty frustrated last time, but I actually ended up talking to a friend of mine after I finished recording, and he mentioned that I've been unnecessarily stressed because if you die, you don't have to, like, start the trial over, which is what I was assuming. You actually restart where you left off, and with full hearts. I wish I had known that first, so I didn't have to keep restarting, but it's okay, I know now. And I'm not gonna worry about losing to this anymore. So let's do this. We're gonna do this, and hopefully I'm gonna be a little less frustrated this time. But anyway, let's continue. Let's see. There has to be proof that shows Hifumi was still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone. Okay, so that's where we are right now. And I have to remember that I can memorize other people's statements. I have a feeling that's probably going to come into play. Alright, so it looks like Hifumi's glasses is the only option right now?
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office.
Yes.
And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
Right.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
I'm thinking it's that.
Was he really still alive?
Of course not. It is impossible. This is ridiculous.
Okay. I think I need to shoot the no noticeable difference thing, because that's what makes the most sense. Okay, blah blah blah.
And then his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body,
I gotta make sure I shoot those though.
In the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
No, that's
yes. Wrong. Okay.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses.
Yep.
That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
Yep. The evidence that I found. Okay, so it was this thing.
I got it!
Yay, 3 hearts
it was
now.
A glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear.
Yep.
This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right?
Yep.
And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
I have to say, that is a cute little character, whatever it is.
Princess Piggles. From Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
Pretty Pudgy Princess.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky
Oh my god,
could
like you...
that.
Could you picture Byakuya using that glasses cloth? I think that would be hilarious.
Tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Or you could just use your tongue.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... what exactly?
This is the guy that they're accusing of killing and being the mastermind here. Come on, people.
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Yep.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Indeed it is.
And it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
It does.
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
Can we please mention the blood packets in the refrigerator?
The fridge in the
Thank
nurse's
you.
office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
And none of us are capable of taking a pulse.
If he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot.
Says the people that didn't check for a
And
pulse.
if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained.
I mean, seriously, this whole case could have been solved if somebody had taken a freaking
It
pulse.
should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
The one who moved Taka's body was Hifumi. Yay, more
It
hearts.
could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
Yep.
The door was locked?
Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
Yes.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
By the way, sorry if you guys hear sniffling. My allergies are killing me today, or I don't know if it's a cold or allergies, but yeah. See, this begs the question, though. How did Hifumi die? Like, I know I don't know. I still kind of suspect Hina. And she was the closest to the repository, but Sakura was there. So how did Sakura not see anything? I don't know. Something's still up.
But that means he took part in the murders.
Yep.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Yes, go for it, Kyoko.
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
The note. It was the note. Let's see. Not this. This.
I got it!
Woohoo! 4 hearts! I'm getting
You're talking
better!
about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Oops.
Hidden note?
I clicked the button too fast, sorry.
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Oh my god.
Yes, his pants.
Did you have to answer it like that, Sakura?
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
I found a hole. Maybe we can use it to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone. For now, let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
Ah, that's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
But is the handwriting the same? Because, see, now I'm trying to decide. Is it Hifumi that wrote it, or was it either Celeste or Hina, whoever the other guilty party is? I'm assuming it's only one of them. I'm just still not sure which one it is.
Not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro, and
Taka.
that person could only have been...
Hifumi's pants! Oh, can we not?
That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
What do you want?
I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy!
Who?
Just to be clear,
Oh my
TikTok
God.
is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
So we have TikTok, Huffy, and Big Mac.
Ugh! Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary, but still. I can't let her get to me. Like, she's probably the least of your worries right now, Makoto. Broken wristwatch, Hifumi's glasses, glasses cleaning cloth. Okay, so I'm gonna have to choose one of these.
Happy had the note, right?
Yes.
Then the person it was intended for must have been Happy!
Hey! No! Oh, you
Remember what the note
buttface.
said.
There we go.
What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
The note had nothing to do with TikTok. What were my choices? The time on the note said 6 a.m. What happened at 6 a.m.? That's what I need to clear up. Okay.
Happy
So
had
we
the
got
note, right? Then the
Hifumi's
person
glasses.
it was intended for must have been Happy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
I don't know if any of these are gonna work.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
I wonder if I need to memorize.
Happy had the note, right?
Hang on.
Then the person it was intended for must have been Happy!
I don't think it's that, because that's a weird thing to
But
memorize.
remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
What the note said. Okay.
6 a.m., I believe.
I think
The
I
time doesn't
need
matter.
to shoot.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
Ugh. No? Okay.
Shoot!
Darn it! My hearts! Okay.
Happy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Happy!
Huffy.
But remember what the note said.
The note said.
What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m.
Oh.
I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
There it is. Okay.
That's wrong.
There it is. Got it. Just had to pay attention.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note.
Yep.
I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Oh, thanks, man. I mean,
Then
lady.
Someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
Yep.
But if
You
they
got
gave
tricked.
the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Well, it was
Down his
ripped.
pants, no less!
Oh my god.
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
But why though?
Here's your proof. Go ahead, show us.
The broken corner. Proof that Hifumi stole the note from Taka. I'm assuming we need to show the broken corner. Yes.
I got it!
Woohoo!
When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note.
Yep.
There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure.
Yep.
In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
I mean, who knows? Nobody takes pulses in this game.
No. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Oh, either you or Celeste.
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
What?
Who are you calling a walrus?
But to be fair, why are you so quick to say that you're innocent here?
When they were killed bothers me, too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah. Because, I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right?
Uh-huh.
So if Hifumi was killed in the repository...
Oh, that explains the other
would have had
hammer.
To grab one of the hammers, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of
I feel
yours
bad
after
for
all.
Hero. This poor
Hell
guy.
Yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
Oh, that's
He's
nice.
right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
Yep.
I don't think it is possible.
Yes, it is.
They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill
Can I
Hifumi?
present the clean hammer now? Yes, okay. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow I have to find the truth. Okay. Looks like we're back to another argument. Oh! I should definitely be saving right now. Spotless hammer. Okay. Hello?
What?
Wait. You... Oh. Can I not? Fine. What was used to kill Hifumi?
Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
What?
Well, one thing seems pretty
Oh my
clear.
god.
The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice
I think this is
Hammers.
what I shoot.
And,
I think it has to be that. Okay. All right, before I do any more of this, I'm gonna save, hopefully? Ah! Never mind. Okay. So if the weapons used to kill both of them were actually similar...
What
all right.
was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice
Could be that,
Hammer
but I have to
3?
shoot two.
Maybe
But I'm
Justice
pretty
Hammer
sure it's
4.
what Hifumi
There's
said.
one. How was the culprit? How did nobody... Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5
No.
is about to make its... Check out murdergear.com.
Yes, Murder Gear. Bye-bye.
well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice...
Yeah,
No,
it's
that's
this.
wrong.
Sweet! Okay.
The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
Can I save now? Yes! Okay.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
This place is full of weapons.
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi.
We don't even need
Now, all the
murdergear.com.
hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder.
They must have been really diligent about cleaning that. It's really hard to get stains out of, like, wood objects. Have you ever cooked, like, pasta sauce with a wooden spoon? It's like the thing is stained permanently after that.
If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice hammers used those as a basis for their design.
Well, or didn't they just take, because there's hammers missing from there. I think that what they did is they took those hammers and they painted them.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Yep.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
I don't know, you're awfully quick to say that it's ludicrous, Celeste. What are you trying to say? That, see now, I don't know. Her kind of poo-pooing this is starting to make me suspect her again. I don't know. We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but... Okay, so what? Spotless hammer. Okay, so we're still arguing with this particular truth bullet unless I have to memorize something. So let's see.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right?
Right.
In this case, however, there were two murders.
I think... Can we really say there's no chance two people work together on this? I think...
Based on the rules...
No! I didn't memorize it!
Even if more than one person is complicit in the murder...
Because the spotless hammer doesn't make sense for this argument. I think I have to memorize what Kyoko is saying.
That two people...
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder.
Oh, shoot!
Right?
Why did I do that?
In this case, however, there were two murders.
No! It doesn't... Alright, I'm gonna have to slow it down.
Based on the rules that
I'm gonna have to slow it down.
Only the one who actually... Assuming the rule holds true.
That is.
But that only really applies if there's one. In this case, however, there were two murders.
No! Oh, god dang it! How am I supposed to do this? Alright, hang on.
Based on the rules that
blah 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 blah.
Only the one who actually... Assuming the rule holds true.
That is.
I love hearing the chipmunk
but
voices,
that only
though.
really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Got it. Okay. I think that's what I have to memorize.
Based on the rules that have been
Okay,
laid
and
out
then I
for
have to
us,
shoot the impossible.
Even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply...
Got it!
No, that's wrong.
Yes! Okay, I'm starting to understand, you guys.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents.
Yes.
And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
And this is making me think it is actually Celeste. I don't think Hina is devious enough to come up with this. I really, really don't. Like, unless she's been duping us this entire time, Celeste is a lot more like Byakuya in that she could come up with something like
the
this.
Mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice.
Yep.
Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
Which also sounds a lot more like Celeste than Hina.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
Ooh, and the other reason this would be Celeste is because she's already had Hifumi under her thumb for a while. She had him making tea for her a couple episodes ago. I think I'm starting to lean more towards Celeste. The effort made to convince us the two murders were the same. That was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at this as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko really is amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. I know, right, Makoto? It's almost like maybe she's the person behind all of this. I mean, not this murder, but, like, I still think she's like the ultimate detective or something. But, again, I still think she's the person that was talking to Monokuma. I don't know.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
It was Celeste. The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions, and in the end, murdered him. In the debates up till now, the way the case has unfolded, when you consider all that, there's really only one person who seems to fit. Ooh, okay. I'm choosing Celeste. I really don't think it was Hina. Plus, Celeste was leading us on a wild goose chase the whole time.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
Yes.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
What are you looking at, Celeste? Huh? What you looking
So
at?
what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi.
Yes.
The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him.
Uh-oh, somebody's starting to sound kind of angry. What's the matter, Celeste?
That I would go
Ah!
within 10 feet of that
Shit for brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
What? You're starting to sound a little different. Where did the phony German accent? French? German? Whatever the heck? Her accent just changed. What the even?
Pardonnez-moi.
Okay, French.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you.
Like, I'm not hearing things, right? Her accent definitely changed there. She lost whatever French, German. It's got to be French because she said pardonnez-moi. But still, I'm not crazy, right? She lost the accent there when she started yelling.
Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
What is that? What is it that only Hifumi and Celeste had in common? Encountering the suspicious individual. Hi, Hearts. Welcome
the
back.
The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it?
Yes.
The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
That's a good point, and that would make sense as to why it can't be Hina.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Excuse me, I just answered you. Shut up!
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual.
Excuse me, I literally just said that, Byakuya. Stop being a butthead.
If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
What did she say? I saw a shadow, something, right. And what was she doing up there?
To the second floor, specifically because of what
Thank
she
you!
claimed to have
Nobody
seen.
freaking said anything about this before!
Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the 3rd floor.
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
She wasn't supposed to be
and
there.
When we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? That was rather an intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, this strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed farther down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Yeah, so that gave him enough time to open the fridge, pour the blood on his head, and pretend to die. And then, you know, because nobody takes a pulse in this game, everybody just assumed that he had died.
It was to get us to divide into 2 groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I'm not gonna reread stuff. Very well, yeah. Okay.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected.
Mm-hmm. Hi, what's up? You got anything to say?
And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on.
Ha-ah! What?
That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
That's a good point.
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
Because, you know, none of us know how to take a pulse. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not going to let this go. I'm not going to let this go. I feel like none of this would have happened if anybody had thought to take a pulse. Seriously.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom.
Did she stay with you the whole time?
Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What did she say?
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're going to die, just like those guys did. Hey, Celeste! Did you know about Taka? Were you supposed to know about Taka yet? Is that... Oh my god, it's the same thing with Mondo. I didn't even notice, I didn't notice when Mondo said Chihiro was a guy either. Oh my god, yeah.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room.
Yep.
Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead.
Uh-huh.
Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get
Oh,
what it
Hero,
means.
please.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said?
Byakuya's savage.
If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Byakuya said that Celeste's comment doesn't make sense, but what is he alluding to? I mean, it makes perfect sense. Why are we having trouble with this? Monokuma file number 3.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Okay, wait. I'm trying to think. Do I shoot anything with Monokuma file number 3? Or do I have to memorize something that was already said? With that in mind, what's so strange about... Okay, alright, no. I think what I have to do... I don't think I'm gonna actually shoot Monokuma file. I need to
They must really be
shoot...
enjoying the sight of us. They must be.
Chipmunk! I love it!
We are going to die, and that is.
And
That
that's
those
all it
guys'
takes to
comment
finish
is
this.
strange.
What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Alright, I think I have to memorize strange, and then shoot those guys.
All I said was they must really enjoying
The sight of us standing around.
I don't remember where
frightened,
exactly she says it.
positively elated. We are all going to
Not
die
yet.
here. We are going to die, just like those.
Yeah!
No, that's wrong.
Cool! I'm finally learning, you guys! I'm so proud of myself!
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys die.
Yep.
When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Yeah! What do you say about that?
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
I mean, to be fair, I do sometimes use the phrase you guys when referring to a group of people, even if it's not just men. Like, I don't know if that's like an northern East Coast United States thing, but like I do that. So I guess I can kind of understand, but in this case, let's just say that she was assuming it was men. Uh-oh.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took?
Yeah, that's a good question.
How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
See, this is still... I'm still trying to figure out what's wrong with this picture. My only thought is that it's the other way around. And that it's not Robo Justice dragging Hifumi away, but rather Hifumi trying to drag Robo Justice away because it's Hero and he's unconscious.
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on. And then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit.
Which, by the way, is awfully convenient.
Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a
Thank
picture
you.
of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
No, there is no other explanation.
So we're just gonna take your word for it? I don't think so. Other explanations. If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, the only other possibility is Hifumi and the suspect were dancing, they were drinking, Hifumi is dragging the suspect away. Oh my god, I'm almost back up to full hearts.
The suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
Yep.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility. The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing
A thing.
is utterly impossible.
And can you explain why? Because I don't believe you anymore.
Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Then shut your mouth
Ooh.
and allow me to educate you.
Dang, the gloves came off. Not that they were ever really on her. She's always kind of like that, but still. Celeste thinks she can prove there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? It's not, but let's go for it. Let's humor her. Why not? Alright, so let's see. Robo Justice costume, Yasuhiro's message, Robo Justice blueprints. Okay.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious,
Ooh.
there's no way they could stand
Yes,
up
they
straight
can.
like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
It's okay, it's
No
Robo
way.
Justice costume. Because he can't bend. He would have to stay up straight. If I remember right, Hina said she said that she couldn't bend at the waist. Okay, so that's okay. I have
Dressed me
to
up in that suit after I passed out.
shoot the
Then you
stand up
just draped me across Hifumi
straight,
and had
I
him
think.
carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious,
It's not what I'm shooting.
there's no way they could stand up straight.
Hello.
No, that's wrong.
I can't believe she's actually arguing that. She should know
No.
better.
Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that.
But I guess she's getting
Because
desperate
that
now.
Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
But why? Ooh.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing.
Oh, because it needed to look like he was the one that was dragging Hifumi away. He needed to look like he was upright, even though he was actually
The
unconscious.
point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
That face, though.
Checkmate?
Oh, boy. Oh, okay.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Oh, I was not hearing things. The accent's gone. For sure, the accent just left the building.
Celeste? Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
The accent is nowhere even near the vicinity of this building anymore.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Oh, she just realized it. Hey, Fumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Who killed me? Oh, who killed me? That's right. I remember their name. Yasuhiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear.
What's happening to her voice?
He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
Why does she sound like a chipmunk?
In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Right! But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually Taro!
What?
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
Thanks.
He did say Yasuhiro. But are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
That's not usually something an innocent person would say. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
He said for serious a lot. He gave everyone nicknames. No, that's Toko. He said people's last names.
That's right. Our last names. He called us all by our last names.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
Yep.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to.
Who?
And that's Celeste.
Wait.
She never actually told us what her real name is.
What? What? Celestial Ludenberg. Or is that just an alias? Was that just an alias?
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far.
Well, the fact that she is so razzled by this, I'm thinking that that's true.
Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather. Yasuhiro is a loser's name. Do I look like a loser to you?
I mean, that's kind of a weird excuse, but
Well,
you kind of actually do right now. I'm just gonna say.
I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up!
My ear holes are nice and wide. What do you have to say?
My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
I mean, Celeste still won't give up. So then, I have to do something to make her accept it. Okay? What am I throwing out? E-handbook, spotless hammer, Yasuhiro's message. Okay.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something.
Oh, I only have 3 minutes?
He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name.
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times?
Oh,
do I
wait a
have to
minute.
Tell you?
I bet I have to shoot E-handbook, because
Name.
the real name would be on her...
Celestia Ludenberg, god damn it!
It would have to be on her
How long do you
E-handbook.
plan to go on
right?
pretending?
It says everybody's real
I'm
name
not
there.
pretending. It's the truth.
Because it also said what
And since
Chihiro's gender
you have
was.
No way to contradict me.
Hi!
No, that's wrong. That's it. The handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
The handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Too bad.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Give her the puppy dog eyes. This'll help.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because...
What are you, on the Wizard of Oz? Because of the wonderful things he does. All right, sorry, I'm gonna stop singing now.
You never know what might happen.
Fine then, let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes.
Okay.
And that'll bring everything to an end.
Oh no, I know what's coming up. I'm not ready for this. Okay. I hate this part. I'm so bad at it. No. Okay. I have 20 minutes. All right. So let's see. Her telling Hifumi. Some of these are not right. What am I putting? Oh, wait, it would have to be this, right? Because she's talking to him. All right. And then what happens here? Him? Here? Yeah. Because it looks like they make him fall asleep. But then, no. That. What happens here? What time is that? 6? No, that can't be it. 1. Yeah. That's at 1 o'clock. He walks in, they drug him, they stick him in the robot costume. And then here is the picture. Okay. And then this is Act 2. Okay, so this I have to put the other watch in. Okay. And then he hits them with the hammer. And then what happens here? What Justice Hammer did he get hit with? 3? Yes. 3. Or was it 4? I think it was 4. Right? Because he was the body that we technically found second. Okay. No, wait a minute. Actually, hang on. I don't... No, I think it was 4. Okay, and then what goes here? Okay, and then he claimed to be hit by Justice Hammer 3, right? I still don't know what's supposed to go here, except maybe him moving the box? That's the only thing it could be. Okay. And then we find him. Body's moved. Oh, no! Poop. That's not right. That's not him moving the box. That's him moving the body. I still don't know what goes over there. I'm gonna have to I don't have to think of it. That goes there. All right. That's him moving the body. And then she hits him with this one. Justice Hammer 3, I'm pretty sure, is what hit him. So, what goes here? Was that where Justice Hammer 2 was? Wasn't there a hammer in the library? I think it was. I think it was. I think this is right. Okay.
Here's exactly what happened.
I hope. Let's
Before
see.
anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was...
Yes. Okay. Well, that one was pretty obvious, but sure.
Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
Yep.
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning.
Okay.
That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo Justice suit.
Okay, so far so good.
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker. And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
Okay, I think I was right about the hammer numbers. Yes!
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes.
Right. This is the one I'm not sure
Next,
of.
they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1, and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library.
Which was 2.
This time,
Okay, so then
they
I think
planted
I
Justice
got it
Hammer
all
2
right.
and an injured Hifumi. With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that.
Woohoo! All right, I'm pretty sure I did this whole thing right then. I don't think I did anything wrong.
While we did
Holy moly, that's a
we
first.
left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for.
Rub, rub,
He
rub.
took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered.
And which nobody took a pulse.
He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found.
I like how the killer is just like, oh my god!
Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room.
Woohoo! Yep, I'm pretty sure I got them all right.
He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act.
Yep.
Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case.
Holy moly, I got the whole thing right this time.
All is...
Yep.
Celeste, sorry, you lose.
Complete. We did it!
I lost? I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words?
I mean, you know, don't feel too bad. It's going to be the last time you utter
They
it.
hang
Oh, that was
heavy
mean.
around
Sorry.
my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor.
Huh?
I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
Hi, that's your actual
I'm the kind
name.
of person. Once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
She sounds totally different now. I didn't do too bad, actually. It was just that one area that Holy moly! I think this might have been the best one I've had so far. I just had a little bit of struggle in that first part, but that's not bad, actually. Alright. I'm happy with it.
Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or,
Wow.
no, I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay? If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened?
Gee, I wonder.
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Wouldn't it be funny if Monokuma showed up on this thing? I'd just be like, dude, it was you. Alright. Time for yet another execution.
What?
It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you're totally correct. The blackened this time, the true killer who devised the whole stinking scheme was... Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Hifumi's ineptitude was beyond all my calculations. I mean, really, it wasn't his fault. So you really did approach Hifumi with this plan. But how did you get him to agree? I can't imagine he would have happily agreed to commit murder. I'm sure she relied on her specialty, lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then...
Then did you use, you know... I knew you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. To get Hifumi to act as my accomplice,
Indeed.
I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. So she must have taken alter ego. Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
Well, what are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad.
In other words...
Then you're the one that stole it.
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used it to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. I kind of forgot about alter ego. Right again. Last night we had our meeting about how it disappeared. I paid Hifumi a little visit. What are you doing here?
Actually...
I was hoping I could talk to you alone. It's about what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
What?
Are you okay with this?
It was Taka. He stole it. What?
So then...
And I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I'd found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him! But how did he do it? She was supposed to yell if either of us got close to her. You are correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
What?
As for me...
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh,
He did?
As for me...
He came to my room last night unannounced, and then it was hard to even say. He abused me.
What?
Oh my god, you bitch. And he took pictures. He said if I did not do as he asked, he would show them to everyone. So I had no choice.
damnation!
That's a crime. An absolute crime. I knew he'd gone a little crazy, but
Say what?
I never imagined he would go that far. It was amazing how completely he bought it. I can't express how enjoyable that was. Shut up. I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm going to kill him. I'm going to fucking kill him.
Most unfortunate.
Wait, please, if you go now, you'll be playing right into his hands. Huh?
Actually...
Taka is planning to use her to escape, and he has made you his target.
What?
Escape. You don't mean Taka is going to try to kill you.
Indeed.
And also he can keep her to himself. That bastard. Bastard, 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 bastard.
Honestly.
Can we allow him to continue these barbaric acts? Absolutely not. How could I? She...
I swear, I will save her!
I'm just gonna let him say that.
Actually...
Then would you like to join me? It just so happens I have come up with a plan. Huh? I have devised a way to reclaim what has been stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete. Huh? What are you talking about? Oh, nothing. Hifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love. Even a love as twisted as that can still drive people mad, it would seem. You disgust me.
I see.
I have another question for you. What was that strange costume Was that strange costume Hifumi's creation?
Indeed.
Yeah, it was a real pain in the butt, too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide the face and general body size. I had no idea he'd make something like that, but it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But...
So why'd you decide to make me the suspect? Because you're stupid. Wow. That's it?
Let's see.
And in that regard, I made the right choice. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed even my expectation. Life must have been very tough on your parents, though. Oh my god! I feel like I could cry.
Well,
But when you were explaining your plan to Hifumi, how did you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what was Hifumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That's simple. After he did his part and pretended to be dead, once someone showed up, I told him to say he'd been seriously wounded. He was on the verge of death, but he barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course, that wasn't all there was to it. As I explained it to Hifumi, the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Hifumi would have had an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Hifumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly right up until the moment of his death.
so in the end...
So you had planned to kill him all along. But of course, there would have been no point to my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself.
What the heck?
How can a human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean!
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about
No,
that.
he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then what made you take things this far?
What the heck?
Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. From the moment our new life here began, my only thought has been escape. But all along you've been saying how we have to accept living here.
You little bitch.
Obviously that was a lie.
Hey!
I couldn't take it. I hated it from day one. More than anyone else in here.
You little bitch.
I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And do you want to know why? Huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream, and accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And there was no way that I could ever do that. In the other underground world of gambling, I risked my life to make a metaphorical killing.
As for me...
And it was all for that dream. And what was this dream of yours?
Isn't it wonderful?
To live in a European castle. Okay. And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers/bodyguards. Oh no, I think I know how she's about to get killed. Oh god. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. I was going to make them dress up like vampire. Oh god, I think I know how she's going to get killed and satisfy my every need. Once I obtained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of decadence. See, I was curious about what her, execution was going to be, but I think we just found out.
This is fine.
Living the rest of my life where there was no... Living the rest of my life, there was only my only dream, my only goal. That's what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million would have made that dream a reality. I got right to the edge, but...
There is nothing to be done.
Fortunately, my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream to the very end. So why would I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your own friends for it?
Oh.
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own ends. I feel nothing.
Do you understand?
That's all there is to me. That's what makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying how different our values are? There's simply no room for understanding.
What is this?
That's what we should be saying. And plus, how can you be so calm? Don't you realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unrivaled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes,
That's
indeed.
right. I don't feel death. Kill me however you like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I would like to come back as Marie Antoinette. But she dies too!
Hey.
You'd just get executed again. And when she did, it looked to me like a poor effort to force it. She claimed she could fool her own feelings. But that statement itself must have been her final lie, and that weak fake smile is what betrayed her.
Thrills, chills, kills!
You all done? Okay, then let's get rolling. The Blackened disturbed the peace and must pay the price.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
The ultimate gambler.
Let's give it everything we've got.
Oh boy.
It's punishment time!
I guess
I hope-
I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way.
What the hell was that?
Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then... Take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
What did she just give her? And I really hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. Oh boy. Well, I got the castle part right, but I don't... What the heck? Uh-oh. The burning... Oh! She's literally... No, wait a minute. Marie Antoinette was beheaded. But, oh god, this is awful. I mean, not that any of these were ever really good, but... Oh my god. I noticed that the music is different for this one. It's much more somber. What the heck? Oh my god. Oh my god. Welp. Good job, Monokuma. You put the fire on that stick out. That was, not what I was expecting. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Celeste killed my friend, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him to just come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free of their regrets from the outside world, and so more people had to die.
Extreme!
You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, and here I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope to the next generation.
Let me out of here!
What do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Too bad.
You're all the embodiment of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad. Yes, it is. But that's the reality. It just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you going to make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? Wait, oh my God. That's Makoto. How long are you going to make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give me a rest already. So anyway, Kyoko, did you get some kind of key type object from Celeste?
Hey!
So what's the deal with that?
What?
Huh? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body? What?
Ooh.
What?
How
Oh man, oh
exciting.
geez, oh man, oh geez, what do you mean? What did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body? What does that mean?
Hello.
Okay, things are getting kind of awkward. I think it's about time we got out of here.
Well,
Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
see ya later.
Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko, Monokuma already mentioned it, but what's that key Celeste gave you?
so...
Most likely, it's the key to one of the dressing room lockers.
Huh?
What? Then that means Celeste probably hid it there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well, then we better go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed to the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm going to go alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall. I'll check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke again, she quickly glanced at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I mean. Why you? There's still the risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You. Please, let me go. Standing here arguing is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Byakuya.
well then.
Then it's up to you now.
Yo!
I'm gonna go to the dining hall, okay? Huh? So Makoto and Kyoko are going to go together? Huh? Does that mean when I think... that was not the time, Hina.
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a little backbone. I tried to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Yeah,
So then,
we need to get back into that locker. Kyoko took the key from Celeste. Took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. And as the locker swung open, we saw...
You really came.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe, thank goodness. I never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking from the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time.
So,
Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files soon. Maybe as early as tomorrow. I'm doing my best, so please just wait a while longer. So now we can officially say the case is closed. As far as this incident is concerned, sure, but can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me, what are you doing? What are you trying to do all on your own here at the school?
you...
Is that why you wanted to come here with me?
However...
Regardless, that's not something you need to know right now. I don't need to know. That just makes me even more worried.
What?
Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you do that,
Indeed.
it's only natural that you'd think I'm the mastermind spy, right? And you too. No. I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's what I want you to tell me. And I want you to believe in me too, because we're friends. I understand.
It's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you just a little bit more. Then...
That's fine.
Fine, I'll tell you. I'll tell you why I've been disappearing and where I've been going. You see, it's gonna leave me. What I heard from Kyoko then was, well, frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she told me with my own 2 eyes, so I waited for nighttime to come, and when it did, I went into action. Wait, what? The chapter's not over yet? Do I finish it now? I don't want this episode to be so long. Alright, hopefully this doesn't take long.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the 2nd floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. And in the storage closet there, way in the back... She said it was way in the back of the boys' bathroom storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about this? I mean, I hope she's not leading me into a trap. Storage closet. What storage closet? It's just a normal storage closet as far as I can tell. The secret Kyoko told me about, could it really be hidden in here? What the hell am I looking for? Is this a trap? She said it was way in the back of the storage closet, but I mean, seriously? Without thinking, I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet, and suddenly, as if I were being yanked in... The hell? At the same time as I heard that sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what was going on. What is this? I had fallen through the back of the storage closet. Huh? It turned out the back wall was like a revolving door, and I made my way to the other side, just like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom on the 2nd floor, there's a storage closet, and way in the back of the closet, there's a secret room. So this is the secret room. But what's in here? What indeed? There's only 2 things to look at. There's a bunch of files in what look like volume after volume of yearbooks. They're all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file at the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Hope's Peak Academy student registry. This is the only thing in here not covered in dust. Has someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand, but before I had a chance to take a look at it, a slip of paper fell out and I turned my attention to it. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I could understand if it said I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. This strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? What? What? A strange sound rang through my head. I felt like I was shaking my brain back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And with that, I opened my eyes. I don't know how long it had been. Ow. Apparently something hit me and I lost consciousness. That's all I understood. The dull throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. The files are gone? An empty bookshelf. Huh? Empty? Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does that mean? But my brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the rest of my body. For now, I should go back to my room and get some rest. What the hell, guys? My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back towards my room. Somehow I made it back to the 1st floor of the school. The farther I walked, the more I felt things are getting blurry. Can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing right there. And after that... As if from a vast distance, I heard a sound. Oh god. It was faint, but undeniable. That sound. It's coming from the gym? As I desperately hauled my shaky frame towards the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. What is going on? It can't be nothing. Here in the gym? Oh my god. I'm scared. I know that this is a really long episode, guys, but I really want to finish up this chapter. So hopefully you don't mind. I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. The sounds coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified? What? Intensified that much more. Oh no. What? Before me, there raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No, one side not human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move, or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
What? There's no way that Sakura is the spy. Are you kidding me? What? The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat. No longer compromise. No longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Holy...
Okay.
Sakura is the spy?
But you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be? The mastermind spy is... Holy crap! Are you kidding me? Like, are you actually kidding me right now? I was not suspecting that even a little bit. Received Super Robo Justice present. By the way, it wasn't lost on me that that note, the handwriting, was exactly the same as Hiro's. And I actually was starting to suspect that Hiro might be the spy. But now that I cannot believe this. Holy crap. Okay, no, stop. Stop. We're done here. We're gonna stop here. We're gonna stop here. This is an 1.5 hour long episode. I didn't intend for it to be this long. I'm sorry. Holy crap, you guys. Like, I'm gonna need a while to process this. I cannot even right now with what I just learned. I'm really curious what your guys' thoughts are. But yeah, if you enjoyed this episode, please be sure to leave me a like and subscribe if you have not. You can also click the bell to know when my videos go live, and you can follow me on Twitter and join the Discord. I post channel updates there as well. Yeah, I will see you guys next week for more Danganronpa. I'll be adding some more Sims videos soon. But yeah, see you guys next week with more Danganronpa. Bye!